Assalamualaikum, I'm Aliza Kim and welcome back to Finding Him. Now, in the previous episodes, we talked about a lot of things, about prayer, about ablution, about your shahada, and, a whole bunch of different things. But now it's gonna be time to talk about the brand new you. How do you, come across as a new Muslim? How do you introduce yourself as a new Muslim? So there are just a few things that I just want to touch on, and it's basically like a 3+3. 3 things that you can start working on in terms of your character, and 3 things that you can start working on in terms of how you do things, how you deal with things. And maybe I'll share a little bit at the end about remember I told you that one of my fears was about my family, when I was going to take the Shahada, and I was like scared about how my family would react. I was worried about them. I'll share about that in this video. How's that? Yeah? Okay, so handy dandy notes again. Now, this is the episode on the new you, behaving like a Muslim, 3+3 things to start working on now. Okay, so the first thing is on, I'm going to give you 3 Islamic characteristics that you can start to practice. Okay, and these are beautiful values that we have in Islam, and actually they're just generally beautiful characteristics in anyone, in anything. Okay, so the first one is patience. Now, a lot of times patience is, person gets upset and let time kind of do the healing. Well, in Islam, it's a little bit different. It's actually, patience is in how you respond to things. So if you're in a, bad situation, you don't just wait around and let things happen to you. How do you solve this problem in the best way? How do you use the best words? So that's patience in Islam. And, you want to have also hope and trust in Allah that He's going to help you resolve the situation and help you let go of that bullet in the best possible way. So, learn more about patience in Islam, because I guarantee you, patience and living your life with patience is going to give you so much peace that you've never had before. Not only peace of mind, but also peace of heart, and that's really important. Okay, next one is excellence. Now, the minimum requirement for every Muslim is excellence. It doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, of course not, because no one is perfect, right? But along the way, you should be improving yourself in the best way possible. Third one is humbleness. Now, humbleness is pretty much straightforward, right? Okay, so humbleness means admitting to your mistakes, not showing off, being able to take criticism. So you want to stay humble, because actually the people who are, learning more and more, the people who have more and more knowledge, they realize that, the more you learn, the less you know. Because there's so much to learn out there, right? So you're not a know-it-all, just stay humble. And you'll find that when you're humble and respectful towards others, they'll respond in kind. But if you're harsh and you're judgmental and all these things towards others, it's going to come back in kind as well. So stay humble. Okay. Now, those are the 3. So it's patience, excellence, and humbleness. So these are 3 characteristics that you want to start practicing right away. Okay, now there's something also very similar, it's related, and that is the Islamic etiquette. Now, what do I mean by that? It's basically the way in which you do things. First one is you want to start being careful with the way that you think, the way that you speak, and the way that you do things, because we know that thoughts become words, become actions. So if you have good thoughts, they'll become good words and they become good actions, and it's the other way around for the bad ones, right? So you always want to make sure that, you want to have beautiful speech. So if you're someone who, before this, you were just someone who used swear words, it was just natural for you to use swear words. You want to start purifying your speech, maybe get rid of those swear words. I'm sure you can find many, many other vocabulary words to use instead of the swear words. Okay? You want to start trying to control your emotions. Like I said with the previous section, control your emotions. Even if you're angry, just calm yourself down, because anything that you say when you're angry, a lot of times you regret, right? It's normal. In the story of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he would say, if you're angry, before you speak, sit down. If you're already seated, lay down. So basically, it just means that just cool yourself off first, think rationally, and then speak. Okay? And also know when to hold your tongue. You know, we love to speak. I love to speak, if you can't tell, right? I love to talk. I talk fast, you know, and enjoy talking as a hobby, as a profession, as whatever it is. But we have to know when to hold our tongue. You know, we need to know when to not gossip. You know, we don't gossip in Islam, we don't slander in Islam, and definitely we don't backbite. These are things that are actually major sins. You want to stop doing that. Because look, it only reflects on your own character, right? If you're gossiping, you're slandering, and you know, you're saying bad things about other people, obviously it's going to be a reflection of you. You want people to think well of you, right? So start doing good things, you know? And as soon as you start doing that, people will again respond in kind to you. Okay, and the last one is giving benefit of the doubt, no judging. Now, judging is not just something that you have to remember as a Muslim, but just as a person. Stop judging, right? Everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own life. You don't know what they're going through. They don't know what you're going through as well. You don't know what's really inside. Only Allah knows what's inside. So let Him do the judging. He's actually the only one who is, you know, has the right to judge anything. You know, what you see, you know, it might be a brother or sister that you think, oh, they're not so religious, they're not doing anything. But who knows? In their private life, even though they're a certain way, they might be building a masjid somewhere. Who knows? You know, as soon as you start, again, it's the respond in kind. As soon as you start treating people that way, people will give you the benefit of the doubt as well. And you want that, right? You don't want people judging you. So why would you judge other people, right? Okay, so that's 3 characteristics. Wait, I forgot one more etiquette, but it seems like this video is getting a little bit long already, so let me save that for the next video. So stay tuned for the next video when I'm going to be talking about how to make things easy for other people to adjust to you. And I'm going to tell you some of my stories, and also finally I'm going to share with you how my own parents and my family reacted to my reversion. So stay tuned for the next episode where you can learn a little bit more about me, get some tips from me also on talking to your parents, talking to your family, and helping others adjust to you. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video, and as always, if you liked this video, make sure that you also like it down there. Give me your comments if you want to, and you know, remember to subscribe to the Dops channel so that you can see all of the videos that I'm making and any new videos as well. So that's what I've got for you for this episode, the 3+3. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed my story as well as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. And don't forget to join me for the next episode.